right outside Grand Rapids. Holland would be the big community here. This was an area, pardon me, actually where Whitmer didn't do that well in 2018. Al Sayed actually had some strength out here. Again, one of the reasons there's a lot of young people who have moved into Western Michigan. There's a younger population here, and younger is translated into strength for Al Sayed. Get a quarter of the vote in Ottawa County, but just to give you a sense of it, using the benchmarks that we have been trying everywhere tonight. If you look at Ottawa County, it was 48%. I said Whitmer got, gosh, I have to remember when I selected the 10 and when I have it. 10 is 7. Okay. Whitmer got 48 in Ottawa County. Right, remember she got 52 statewide, so it's one of the places in which you didn't get a majority of the vote. Biden got 51 here, and then, Clinton, again, as you saw in some of the places, the bottom fell out to 34. So Stevens running at 40, but this is a textbook example of what I've been talking about in other counties, right? 40 in Ottawa is like a disaster for Stevens, if that's where this lands tonight, okay? But what we've seen in these other counties around Lansing and some of these other places that have been filling in is as the vote has come in, there's been a lot of vote by mail that's come in late. It's been very favorable to her. Her numbers continue ticking up. So if another way of looking at this is, with a quarter of the vote in, is this her starting point? Is she starting at 40 in Ottawa County, and could she then tick her way up to 48, to around 50% of the vote? Because I think that's probably about what she needs to get out of a place like this tonight. And we've seen that happening in some other counties. So that's, as Ottawa starts to come in, that's what we're kind of going to be looking for. Grand Rapids, Kent, we got 18% of the vote out of Kent in like 6 minutes, I think, at 8 o'clock. It's 10:15, and we're at 24%. Eaton, I just want to see, we've been at 89. We're getting close to complete in these places. That's why I'm showing them. Livingston's ticked up to 78. Stevens is sitting there basically close to 46%. Ingham County, we've ticked up to 15%. Stevens is running at 40. I did want to check in. Ingham is very significant in this congressional primary here. Yeah, okay. Let's take a closer look now, because what's been happening with Stevens, you can see, has a spillover effect to this primary. I think it. Did we call it?
Yes.
Oh, hey folks, we got a call we're going to share with you. Ingham.
Uh-oh.
Wait, they're in an interview. Okay. Okay, folks, there is going to be another News Now hit. I don't know if you can hear the show or anything, but that's what I'm. Oh. Yep.
Oh my God, he's cracking me up. Man, this is so good. He's the only one that can hear him.
Okay, folks, I'm sorry, folks. I don't know if you can hear. They're interviewing a member of Congress. I obviously wait my turn, but that's why I'm being silent here. But 7th District, just as that late counted vote has favored. Sorry. Okay.
What is happening? Okay. Let's see what they're talking about.
Let's take a listen. Before we get to some sound, I just want to tell you that she came out to like this great hype song.
Oh my God, get this music out of here, yo. Can we get some results? God damn. Okay.
It's going to be Cindy Holscher, the Democrat, against Ty Masterson, the Republican. Again, this is a term-limited Democrat. This will be the Trump-endorsed candidate. The candidate of Governor Laura Kelly loses. Okay, she had not endorsed the let's go back to Michigan. That's where we want to be. Okay, I was looking at Michigan 7 because what's been happening in the Senate race there, okay, in that Senate primary where you've seen Stevens in, are we?
Sweet Jesus.
Back to Steve Kornacki at the big board on what just happened in Kansas. Cindy Holscher will be the Democratic nominee for governor. Steve, how did it happen?
Yeah, I mean, take a look. A very close race here. By the way, Kansas very quick at counting their vote. We got more than three-quarter in. Holscher now opening up a very healthy advantage there over Corson. I think one place to take a look right here in Johnson County, because Johnson County is more than a third of the vote statewide for Democrats in this primary. Okay, you're right outside Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas for that matter. Rapid, explosive growth here. There's like 650,000 people. And all three of these candidates, Holscher, a state senator, Corson, a state senator, Kurt Skoog, the mayor of Overland Park, all three of them from Johnson County. So in some ways, to me, the question tonight was going to be, is this a Johnson County primary? One of the winners, they got to decide from three of their favorite sons, favorite daughters. Johnson County ends up going for Holscher here, wins this by about a 4,000 vote margin. You can see she also posts a win here of a similar margin. This is Kansas City, Kansas right here. She did extremely well here. Douglas County, where the University of Kansas is. Shawnee County, where the state capital Topeka is. Still vote to come right there. But these are the big population centers here. Really big numbers for her down in Wichita, where Sedgwick County is. And so she did, as the night goes on, pull away from Corson. And so you have that dynamic. And the Republican side, Ty Masterson, endorsed by Trump. This is the story we've seen in so many Republican primaries. Trump endorses. Trump gets his candidate in Kansas. On the Democratic side, I think you said, Laura Kelly, Democratic governor, sided with Corson in this, does not get her candidate.
Which is so interesting because she has gangbusters popularity in the state of Kansas. I mean, I think she's one of the top 10, most popular, like highest approval rating governors in the country, and had thrown that weight behind Ethan Corson, who was very happy to talk about that when he was on the campaign trail. The other piece of this too, Kansas hasn't elected a Democratic senator, I think, since the 30s, but it is one of 5 states that is represented by a Democratic governor that in a state that Donald Trump ended up winning, Steve. So there does seem to be some interesting dynamics at play. I feel like if the theme of the night is you can't paint with a broad brush, right? Like this maybe is part and parcel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think one thing we've seen is gubernatorial races can kind of defy the tribalization, polarization of national politics much more than federal races can. Races for the U.S. House, races for the Senate. So you'll see a state like Kansas that's a reliably red state in a presidential election have circumstances where it will elect a Democratic governor. You'll see a state like Massachusetts, not too long ago, one of the most Democratic in the country. Charlie Baker was a 2-term Republican governor from 2014 to 2022. Vermont, does it get more Democratic than Vermont? Currently has a Republican governor who's running for re-election. So I think you get a little bit more of that sort of ticket splitting is not a thing we see that much at the national federal level. You do still see it a little bit under some circumstances at the gubernatorial level.
So, Steve, obviously, the big race we're watching, we have to go back to it in Michigan. Any update you can give us on the Al Sayed Stevens race? We were just talking about it with Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, who talked about, Steve, the fact that tomorrow, whoever wins, if we have results by tomorrow, hopefully we'll have results by tomorrow, that they're going to have to unify. But what are we seeing so far tonight? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to dive right back in here because in the last couple minutes, the vote here has ticked up. It's coming in slowly. It is coming in. We were at about a quarter of the vote. Now we're getting close to 30%. One thing, very big picture that we're seeing, it continues to happen here, is that Stevens in that sort of bottom line number against Al Sayed, it continues to tick down. 58, 45, 6. It's now 5.2. We said 8. We said 7, 6.5, 6, and inside of 5. Now we're getting down close to so this continues to shrink here. There is still a lot to come here. It's sort of uneven where the vote is coming from. I'm going to look here. I'll see some of these for the first time myself. I just want to see. We started to get vote in Lansing State Capitol, big Democratic bastion. This is a place where Al Sayed wants to do very well tonight. I think he sort of depends on it. Livingston County next door. I will say, and to Grand Rapids, did we get anything more? No. I'm just checking these kind of for the first time here myself. Genesee County, Saginaw County, so not a ton more in those places. The story really has been, though, that there was a bit of a mirage early, I think, in that the Election Day vote in some places got reported out very quickly and huge for Al Sayed.
and in a much longer process, in not all, we haven't seen this in all counties, but we've seen this in a fair number of counties now, where Stevens has chipped away at that early advantage that El Sayed has had, and has given herself numbers, Eaton County, she's getting close here to a number that I think coming into the night she would have wanted to have. It didn't start out that way. That's the same story next door here in Livingston County. We're looking for other counties on the map we can measure where we've got this much vote in. There aren't many counties right now where you're looking at 75, 80, 90, 95% of the vote in. We showed you last time there is some evidence, some limited, in northern Michigan in the rural parts that Al Sayed might be outperforming there too. So that becomes a factor, maybe a bit around the edges, but it certainly could become a big factor. But it's been notable to me. I think there were some initial big numbers in some of these places that suggested at the start of the night, this could be a runaway for Al Sayed. Wow. I think it's come back around a bit the other way. The question is, how far back around is it going to come? And I think what we just need, we say Wayne, 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 that's true. But what we really need right now is some substantial counties to get to basically 100%. Because so much of what we're doing right now is, well, she's doing good with this vote, he's doing good with that type of vote, if it does this, if it does that. When I can see a couple of these actually get to 100%, I think it'll clear up fast before we get to Wayne.
All right. Well, we are on pins and needles. Steve Kornacki,
we got more vote out of Detroit. That pre-process
we got more vote out of Detroit.
I'm sorry. Yes, we
that pre-process absentee just came in out of Detroit. Whoa. It's another 45,000 votes.
Okay. This is the vote by mail in Detroit.
Yep.
This is all of Wayne County. This isn't just Detroit that you're looking at. But if you were seeing this before, Al Sayed had a narrow lead with a very scant number of votes counted in Wayne. We've now added the vote by mail for the city of Detroit. And Adam, what were the margins on that?
Yeah, Stevens gets 74, El Sayed gets 22.
Wow. So, okay, now, that's a very, very big number for her, obviously. She's winning the vote by mail.
This is what she wanted to see.
By 52. What we now need to see is the second piece of it. This is like a boxing match, right?
Yeah.
She just took her best punch. Now Al Sayed's going to take his best swing with the election day vote. Right?
Yeah.
How does it look compared to that? But I think one thing that's interesting that we've been looking at as these votes have been coming in, one model we've kind of had in our minds here is that gubernatorial primary in 2018. When Gretchen Whitmer won, Al Sayed was sort of a distant second, but Whitmer only got 52% statewide in that primary, okay, as the lone establishment candidate against two progressive challengers, El Sayed and one other. And so we've been using the Whitmer number in a lot of these counties as sort of maybe a rough benchmark of where Stevens wants to be tonight. And the interesting thing is Whitmer really struggled in Wayne County. She lost Detroit. She actually came in second place in Detroit. She got 36% of the vote in Detroit. She got 44% overall in Wayne County. And again, I keep saying how big Wayne is, 20% of the vote, statewide. So this was
that's where everybody lives.
Core to the chances Stevens has tonight is getting a substantially better number out of Detroit and by extension out of Wayne County than Gretchen Whitmer did in 2018. This is consistent with that. The question now is, as you start to get that election day vote, how much is Al Sayed able to offset that?
So then, can I ask you this, Steve? And I don't want to. I'm reliably told by our source in the room at the Stevens camp that they are literally hanging on your every word as we speak. So just know the audience here. What is the number that
I'm not salty grapes
for that, and that Stevens' camp is going to say? In other words, what is the ballpark that we should be looking for when that comes?
Dark Lord Greg.
I think you use the Whitmer. I said the city of the. Oh, I'm sorry, did we just get a little bit more? It just changed. What did we just get?
Yeah, we got another 3,000 votes.
Dark Lord Greg, let me play your hot
I don't
sting.
know
Here we go.
Okay, so again, Wayne is not just Detroit, so that might be what we said Detroit in 2018.
Hard for a guy with L in his name to win, sadly. He might be all right. Oh, Dark Lord Greg back at it. Hey, here's
Idris Elba. I goes where I goes.
Okay, and 26% went for Al Sayed. So, and now
I'm not salty grapes.
that Whitmer got out of Wayne. There's the Wayne County number for Whitmer was 44%. Was 44%. So I think like if you're Stevens, right, You want to try
Michigan is unique.
You want to try to move.
I mean,
that
Dearborn is in Michigan.
Close to 50% out of Wayne. So you want this.
It's
You
the only
want this
majority
36 number to
Muslim
be over
community
50.
in America.
You want to be winning Detroit. You want to be winning Detroit by a very
third of the black
substantial margin
population is Muslim.
So, Steve, just to reset, what's the statewide look like? Just remind us where we are statewide with this new vote coming in.
And that knocked. Okay, now take a look at this. Now we're over a third of the vote.
Will those people necessarily outvote everybody else? But it kind of changes the temperature of the water, you know.
Statewide, that was a big batch right there. And again, this has been the shrinking margin. That is now 3.1 that separates Stevens from Al Sayed. This has, I think, starting at about 16, 17% of the vote. We were looking at Al Sayed by 8. Every update since, almost without fail, this has ticked a little closer. It just ticked. Now it just ticked down to 3. Adam, what just came in? Anything meaningful?
We got during our last update, we got a bunch of Kent. Nothing meaningful just in the last 10 seconds there.
Okay, but we did get a lot of Kent.
Yes.
Now this must be election day.
I'm not salty grapes.
Okay. Now, do we think we have how much of the election day vote do we think we have in Kent? This becomes a key question. This is where Grand Rapids is. This is a big piece of the puzzle.
About 60% of election day, according to our current track.
We have about 60% of the election day, and how much of the vote by mail do we think we have?
44%.
Okay, so there is more. Now
coming out.
Okay, we got to run a few numbers on this, but
I mean, Grand Rapids is interesting because I think that Stevens was there today. I want to say, do I have that right? Yesterday and today. I mean, like this is another place that you have been
swinging.
Exactly. Spending some time there for sure.
Oh God.
So Steve, we're gonna live in this for a second, bud, because watching you think is entertaining for all.
What was that election day vote that just came in? How did it break?
It broke overwhelmingly for El Sayed. Yeah. Trying to take a look here.
So I just want to point out something. Remember, I told you was coming, her breaking and ruining my life. I just found one of the sound clips she made. It's 9 gigs. 9.6.
Right?
Yeah. So that's a punch counter punch you're talking about.
That bucket of if this is the election day vote, right? Where El Sayed is getting numbers like this. Okay. Adam, you said that number is 60% full?
Yes.
Yeah, that bucket is 60% full right now. So there's still 40% of the bucket where Al Sayed's putting up numbers like this. Right now, the other bucket is the vote by mail. How is that breaking right now? Do you have that number handy?
In Kent?
Yeah.
In Kent, that 53% for El Sayed, 41% for Stevens.
The vote by mail?
Yes.
He's leading the vote
That's
by mail.
not good.
In Kent, yes.
How many votes is that?
20,000.
Okay. Well, that's wow. That's a
So that's a twist.
If you're Stevens, you said 53-41.
Yeah.
For Al Sayed.
Yes.
Okay. So
Cooked.
Stevens is losing her best batch by 12, and she's losing her worst batch by 61. And I think Adam said this one's about 44. We have about 44% from this bucket. The only thing I would ask about that, though, is this heavily skewed to Grand Rapids?
Potentially, yeah.
Let's see if I can turn me up a little bit.
This is Grand
How about
Rapids,
that?
but it's not
Boom.
so there could be more to this. But as a benchmark, since we've been going through these, right? Like in Kent County, we knew coming in Kent was going to be a good one for Al Sayed. He got 41% of the vote in that 2018 primary. He got 41% of the vote. Whitmer got 44% of the vote right here. Okay, right? Like Joe Biden, when he won the state's primary in 2020, he got 46% of the vote right here. Hillary Clinton got 37% in 2016 when she narrowly lost Michigan to Bernie Sanders. And, again, I want to look more into that vote by mail number, but that vote by mail number has to, I think, turn around for Stevens here.
Cool.
She can't be getting 30 in a place like Kent. She's not going to win it. But I think for a candidate like her, given what we're seeing elsewhere, she needs to be in the 40s, in a place like that. I think she needs to be cracking that.
Abdul Sayed just posted a new photo.
Establishment wing candidates have been able to get here. And again, Whitmer only got 52% statewide. right?
Yeah.
You know, Sanders got 53% statewide in 2020, and he got like 49% statewide in 2016.
Hey, Tommy.
Clinton and Sanders both got like 49% in 2016. So mid-40s, you know, low mid-40s for those candidates, high 30s even for Clinton, you know, got them right to the kind of cusp of a majority. You know, so Stevens at 30%.
Just
That's,
a very,
you know, and again, Grand Rapids, what is it? This is fast growing, and it's.
This is a very relaxed, you know, it's an election day stream. So hello, everybody. What'd you step in? You kicked something? Oh.
We do not care.
Y'all didn't hear that. Don't tell her I did that. Okay. Oh, Ollie here.
Keeping our elbows up, bud.
I got my old soundboard, so that means I can do all my stuff. And I got no echo. Oh man, half these buttons don't work.
People like it or not. And what I do is design for people who like it, not for people who don't.
Need to start supporting the real independent media that is out there.
Yeah. Oh, what's this one?
I literally have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
I'll tell you this.
It's Tim.
To your brain. If you fuck with my Medicaid, I'll do something.
Sweet nectar, I remember.
And a bag of. I'm gonna blank your blank.
You know, that's useful to Stevens. Something to keep in mind when you see her number right there. But, you know, Washington, that's low for her if it were to hold in that area. Kent's low for her if it were to hold in that area. And maybe some indications, you know, in those rural areas where you need them collectively, where she may not be. That's preliminary, but she may be lower than she wanted to be there as well. So there's when I say there's encouraging signs in this statewide for Al Sayed, it's that. And as a matter of fact, that update in Kent County, I think, was so significant in that we say the shrinking margin, right? Now it's going a tick the other way. Remember, it got down to 3.0. Now you're looking at 3.4.
Oh, man. I
think
forgot
what happened
all
in
about
Kent County
that.
has a lot to do with that. So,
I'm gonna
you know, a little bit more
blank.
now. Now we're getting closer to 40% of the vote in,
If
you know, and Al Sayed leading 3.4 statewide.
Or if
All right,
you take away
Steve
my fucking
Kornacki,
Medicaid.
Fascinating. It is coming in fast and furious, and this is a real race.
My brain is still. It's.
I know.
It's fascinating.
And Adam, the voice of God, was just incredible. Was just incredible. Steve, we're going to get back to you very soon. We're going to just unpack everything we learned quickly here at the table.
Where do we stand in terms of
it's big leftist.
counties? Anything, any size?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, let me take we just got our first in Genesee. Charlevoix looks like it's complete. I think that's our only new one
here. Well, okay. This is a little,
Update that goddamn big board.
We just got another in Kent, another update.
Okay, let's go there.
I was looking at the Kent update. We were asking about the mail vote. It does look like it's mostly come from Grand Rapids right now, not from Wyoming, not from Kentwood, not from some of the surrounding places. There's a scattering throughout the county, but it's primarily from Grand Rapids.
That's vitally important. So the possibility, again, those are real, you know, if you extrapolate them, those are real low numbers for Stevens. But that was the question, are they skewed, that vote by mail, to the city of Grand Rapids, where that's going to be as bad as it gets for her there in Kent County. And it looks like the vote by mail is. So the possibility that vote by mail, the complexion of that vote by mail could change dramatically, that possibility is there. Again,
they voted Stevens, no against that fucking map down there in Missouri.
She's got to get that number. She can't be sitting there at 30%. We'll just go through right now anything close to complete, because anything close to complete, we don't have the questions of this type, that type, this, you know, we could just give you the benchmark and how it did. So with that context, here's Charlevoix. Now, Charlevoix, I keep saying, you know, older,
let's go, baby.
Working class white. This is sort of the exception. This area here in the northwestern part of the Lower Peninsula is sort of the exception. Charlevoix, you know, you have income, you have money here, you have retirees here. It's beautiful if you've ever been to this area, to downtown Charlevoix, at least in the summer. I like the winter, not everybody does. But anyway,
Stephen.
So, look, Al Sayed's going to win.
Stephen Kornacki.
Again, the demographic here is this is not just white working class. This is, you got liberal, progressive, some money here too, some of that. But as a in terms of benchmarks here, right? Whitmer, 64% of the vote in Charlevoix County in 2018. Biden got 54%, right? And then Clinton got buried here. She got 37% in 2016. And yet we continue to say, I'm giving you the Clinton number, but the Clinton number is always going to be, almost always going to be the low
bottom,
with the big caveat.
the worst possible candidate possible that ever possible.
We don't think even if Wayne goes Stevens' way, she's going to make up for it. So again, these become the more applicable benchmarks for her, and she's running south of it. She's running 20 points south of Whitmer, 10 of the Biden number here. And again, we've seen this, we saw it here, tiny, but we saw it. We're seeing it in Charlevoix. Any other near completed in the northern part? Alcona, we saw it in Alcona, didn't we?
Yes. Watch out with that water. Misaki, Delta.
Misaki, Delta. We did we do Delta? Yeah, Delta we showed. Yeah.
Delta, yeah, and they're still not even complete. I'm just trying to.
Is there any?
I was talking to my wife when we were eating dinner. Imagine how pissed you would be if you finally got your shit together and you voted early and you voted for fucking McMorrow and then she fucking dropped out. So now you just got to sit back and wait all this time for your vote to go to nobody.
Not complete yet. Stevens leads this thing right
Damn
now,
it.
47-44. We're at 85%.
255 people in Cass County are like, God damn it.
Okay, 63 was the Biden number here, and 48 was the Clinton 16 number, right? You're not. We keep talking about that zone of overperformance for Whitmer. We're not in that anymore, okay? You're getting South Bend, Indiana, almost more of a Chicago influence. This part of Michigan here, southwestern Michigan. So you're away from Lansing here. And Stevens is running at 47.
I'm not salty grapes.
And again, benchmarks there close to 60 or so, realistically. Question being, is what's left vote by mail?
In Cass specifically, yeah. Let me take a look. That's what it looks like.
Vote by mail, and roughly how many vote by mail ballots do you think it is?
1,400.
1,400.
1,400?
So she went nuts.
Who cares?
With what's left and won it by, well, that would be interesting. Let's play that out. 1,400. What's she winning the vote by mail by?
Pulling it up.
Okay.
He holds his pencil funny.
She is
Get the
currently
calculator
winning
out.
it by 59-28.
Okay.
So there's a lot of McMorrow here.
What's that?
McMorrow is picking up. Well, yeah, McMorrow's picking up like 13%.
13%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, the vote by mail people would have cast this before. Okay, so 31-point margin. Okay, 440. So that would net out to about an additional 420. It's a 31-point margin for an additional 420 vote margin. So it would be a margin of about 500. If she wins it by 500 votes. And what's the expected vote in Cass County?
The expected,
3,000?
This is where we see a little bit of imbalance because our estimated remaining mail vote is 1,400. Overall, it looks like 600.
What?
So
that's lower than the first
and reconciliation.
Wait, what looks like 600?
That 84% that you see there expects 600 more votes for the county.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
In our per mode estimates, it's a higher number.
Right, it expects 600. So this might be, okay, let's play the game here. Yeah. This is very risky, but let's live on the edge.
We're doing it.
Take the expected vote and use, let's say there are 1,400 votes left. What would that bring the expected vote to?
Right around 3,000.
That would, I'm assuming this doesn't include, then it would probably be 1,400 votes because I don't see other.
No, I mean,
it can't be 1,400 if he's adding 1,400.
Right now, what would the total expected vote be? So you're saying, about 4,200.
I see what you're saying. Yes, exactly.
We would be at 4,200?
Yep.
Okay, and she wins by 5 with McMorrow getting about, 420. And so she wins.
How is he adding this?
She's winning by about 5 points.
He's at 2,000.
2,400, I should say, right? So 4,200, 38, 37, 80.
Man,
so
he is crunching.
2140. 2140 into 4,200. Right. So if that were all to be, she would land at about 51%. Stevens would land at 51%. So look, we're saying we're going with the highest remaining vote number here, which we're not even sure is. Sorry, Decision Desk. But we're going with the highest one, and we're extrapolating 59-28 Stevens. for the remaining 31-point margin. And what would that do if that were to happen? Oh, shoot, I just... 51%, right? And I mean, you just saw it, right? The Whitmer-Biden numbers were 60. We're in the low 60s. So even with a boost here, that's what we just saw elsewhere too. I forgot the county. Charlevoix.
Stop rustling the goddamn papers.
What I think a realistic benchmark is anywhere else big coming in or close to 100.
Yeah, another one that looks complete. Mecosta County, just
home of Big Rapids,
95% in.
Oh, and this is a college town. Ferris State University is here. Okay, let's talk Mecosta. Stevens wins it, 51-45. Let's go to our trusty benchmarks. Okay.
Is it trusty?
Give me a second. Okay, Whitmer 63. She just did really well in this part of the state. Whitmer got a 63 here. Biden only got 50, and Clinton got 39. One thing that's interesting, I don't know, right? This Whitmer primary in 2018 was in the summer, right? These two primaries were during the academic year. Ferris State. Did that make this more progressive friendly versus the Whitmer number? I don't know. Whitmer was also doing really well. So again, if we really zoom in on the Biden and Whitmer numbers, it's 50 and 63. Here, Stevens hits just a point north of, but she does hit the Biden number. So she does hit the Biden number. So this is not a bad number here for Stevens. It's just if she's missing it elsewhere, if she misses it in other counties, places like Cass, she's got to make up for it elsewhere, And so in that context, 51 here. But again, the opportunity for her to make up for it a little bit in Wayne County, to make up for it a lot in Wayne County, is also there. Do we have other completed?
Yeah, a little bit further up, Oscoda County, near complete.
Okay.
Let's go.
95. So this is northern Michigan. Okay, this is not, this is blue collar Michigan right here. And let's do our benchmarks. 64, right? Whitmer cleaned up. She got 64. Biden up here got 60. Clinton, again, she got, crushed up here. 45 is what she got. And there's Stevens landing at 58. But it is a little bit, it's not to the extent we've seen elsewhere, but it still lands south of that Biden and that Whitmer number. Again, small county. What else we got that's and again, I don't want to lose track of the statewide. We've ticked up a little bit more. We're at 38%. It's a 3.1 point margin, Alside over Stevens. Has there been anything from a significant county of size that's come in the last couple minutes?
Yeah, we just got another 2,000 votes out of Kent. It looks like it's more mail update and probably from one of these outside Grand Rapids municipalities. I don't have exact numbers.
Yeah.
But Stevens does win this batch 49.5 to 44.
Oh, geez. So even outside of Grand Rapids,
she's barely winning.
The vote by mail, she only wins it by 5.
Yeah. She's supposed to be winning by a lot. That's what I was saying earlier.
How many
if you don't have a big lead, you're fucked.
Right, and so it took us from 20 to 22,000 vote by mail counted, and it ticked her to 31.6. Okay, again, there is still a long way from here to 100, though, right? So can she engineer something where she gets up to 40 plus, which I think she probably has to do. I'm looking at Oakland. We do have some more Oakland. Oh, do we have completed Oakland municipalities? I think that might be the most useful thing we can do right now.
I don't have that for you right now.
Oh my God.
Continue to work on that. I think we got a little distracted, but I'll get back to it.
Go ahead and do that, because shout if you have any completed Oakland municipality, because I'm sorry I got distracted in Mecosta. That's going to be
Greg says, remember that when you keep counting more votes, it's cheating. Right.
We do have more Ingham coming in. Al-Sayed now opening.
Hey, as soon as I start to lose, you're beginning to cheat.
State capital. We knew this was going to be a big place for Al-Sayed. Needs to be. More vote does come in there, and that does likely election day vote, just because it was so clearly pro Al-Sayed. That might have ticked him up statewide. But what that also does is that affects the 7th District congressional race.
Need to start supporting.
Yeah. Okay, see what just happened here?
People like it or not.
We said if Lawrence could kind of hold his own outside of Ingham County,
No desire
right?
to
It was expected. This is where he's going to really hit pay dirt in Ingham County.
If you don't
And so
like
what's
it.
happened here around, right? We've got most of Eaton. Lawrence looks like he's going to win Eaton. You know, Mazdan separated himself a little bit here, but they're so split that Lawrence, the left-wing candidate in a county that not necessarily conducive to it on paper, looks like he's going to win that county. Okay, then we don't have anything yet from Clinton County, Shiawassee County. Now here, Lawrence is likely. This is the most kind of rural. It's small in terms of its share of this district. It's kind of the most rural, getting away from Lansing, and so Lawrence, running third right here, although not getting blown out. And again, it's not like one of these two candidates has separated where they can build a big margin over Lawrence that'll help them catch him district-wide. Then go down to Livingston County, and again, same dynamic as you just saw in Eaton County. Go over to Oakland County. This sliver of Oakland is like 5% of the district. Brink is ahead here, 5/6 of the vote counted, but that is, I would say, everything I just took you through is Lawrence holding his own. And that was the name of the game for his campaign. Hold their own and then do this. There it is. Look at this. A third of the vote in, and this is the big one, almost half the vote in the district comes out of this county. And look what Lawrence is doing there. And still divided opposition, just much smaller slice of the pie for them to divide up. And so what that does district-wide,
let's get it.
With half the vote in, I'm going to zoom in on this. I know I'm like losing it. Okay, with half the vote in, Lawrence is back up double digits here with still
let's
a
go,
ton of vote
baby.
to come from Ingham County. So this is, okay, we said in a way this was a version of the Senate primary, okay? At least the Senate primary as it originally was playing out. The Senate primary originally, Democratic primary, was playing out as a three-way race, right? McMorrow was in the race, Stevens was in the race, and then you had Al Sayed. Now, McMorrow got out of that race, but the question about Al Sayed was, can he win this primary? And then, interestingly, this would be a left-wing candidate trying to win in a red state. And the story in this district was, could the left-wing candidate, right, win the three-way primary and then try to win in a red district? Trump won this by a point, right? 2020, Biden won this by a point. Currently represented by and unopposed in tonight's Republican primary, Tom Barrett. Barrett won the seat in 2024. Alyssa Slotkin had held it, left it to run for the Senate, and Tom Barrett picked up the seat in 2024. So this is going to be, if Lawrence does indeed hold on here and win this, no check mark yet, but if he does indeed hold on and win this,
he's going to body bag this guy.
District level test of everything that's being talked about statewide with Al Sayed. Lawrence, again, this is a guy who created the Sunrise Movement, far left platform, endorsed by Bernie Sanders, checks off a lot of those same boxes that Al Sayed does. And so this is going to be, I say, let's wait for a check mark, but if it does become that, this is a district-wide test of that. And I think one of the interesting things in this race is when initially the field kind of took shape here.
But left-wingers only went on the internet.
Excited about Brink coming in as the former ambassador to Ukraine, bringing those credentials. They were excited about her. And then Mazdan also got in the race with a similar sort of
split it up
ideological profile to Brink. And Slotkin, senator now, used to be the representative of this district, endorsed Mazdan. And I think there was a lot of head scratching among Democrats in the in the area and nationally about why she did that, because I think a lot of them looked at this and said, did that help a candidate who was only going to split the vote with another candidate in the same lane, thereby allowing the third candidate, the left-wing candidate, to have the progressive lane all to himself and be able to, is that what has happened here? So that was kind of the dynamic that was playing out beneath the surface a bit in this race. And again, just look, almost all the vote is in, 42, but it's small, 3/4 of the vote. These are the 46% of the vote here, about 20% of the vote right here, but we only got a third of the vote from the county that accounts for half the district. Okay, enough on that one. 13, Sri Tanadar. We got a quarter of the vote, right? Detroit, this is, remember, former DSA, left, renounced the group, current DSA, endorsed by the DSA, trying to get revenge on Tanadar. Overwhelmingly Democratic district. Now Tanadar with again, that largely a big part of what you're seeing right here is what we talked about in the Senate race. Vote by mail, city of Detroit.
That's mail first.
And Tanadar, that has powered him. Remember, he was losing in the early vote that we got in.
That's all that is.
Clearly has done well with that vote by mail in Detroit, has taken the lead here. But remember what we say, the same day vote has favored the insurgent candidates. If that's what you consider McKinney here, DSA challenging an incumbent member of Congress who's being targeted by the DSA, then that election day vote is looking awfully juicy if you're McKinney and the DSA folks right now in this district. Okay, the 11th district here, well, we now have a call. State Senator Jeremy Moss is going to win this primary. We didn't get to talk too much about it. Aisha Faruqi was running, again, was sort of on the left, the candidate of the left in this race. Moss, a big issue in this race had been Israel. Moss aligning himself sort of on the pro-Israel side. And NBC News, 3/4 of the vote has been counted. Moss has been declared the victor here. Taking a look next door here in the 10th district, right? Again, this is the seat. The Republicans here are going to nominate Michael Bouchard, who was endorsed by Trump. This is the district that was represented by John James, who's giving up the seat to run for governor. Christina Hines had the most money in this race, and she is with 1/3 of the vote. I want to just see where it's coming from here, right? The Oakland part of the district.
Hold on a second. We're going to switch up for just a second.
Or President Trump, that's not something that they often endorse. And look, let's keep in mind, in the state of Virginia, Governor Youngkin, former Governor Youngkin, a Republican, won in that state. He didn't go out there and necessarily embrace the president. I think that folks have to look at their district, read it, and ultimately represent the people there. And I think that Jen Kiggins, another member that I served with, has done a great job as a former military service member in a very military-heavy district. And I think she's going to be incredibly competitive in this race.
You know, it was interesting. We had the opportunity to interview
5 minutes.
And Ashley, boy, as Garrett pointed out, her strategy seems to be to make people afraid of Democrats.
Greg says GOP backed amendments in Kansas and Missouri lost really badly.
Under Elaine Luria and a number of other reasons she says that people should feel afraid of her. What's your reaction to that strategy, Ashley Etienne? What should the response be? Could it be an effective one?
I mean,
let's see. It couldn't be all that bad,
I think that all of these races are going to come
surely
down,
somebody
to
liked their horrible idea.
Conditions will make the difference. You know, I was running communications for Speaker Pelosi in 2018, where we won 40 seats. The reason why we won those 40 seats was based on conditions. So we even won some and flipped some Republican seats that cycle, and it's primarily because of what the voters are facing. And so if you look at from Michigan to Virginia, any of these races, purple or blue, deep blue, all that we're seeing is that.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So, Jesus. Okay. So, Ballotpedia for all of your ballot. Look at these ads. They're everywhere. Come on, guys. Amendment 1, renew the existing sales tax and use tax of 0.1% for 10 years to fund state parks and soil and water conservation. Passed by 84% yes. Amendment 2, require the Jackson County assessor to be an elected position. 78% yes. There is no number 3. Going to number 4. This one needs a supermajority. Initial process, ballot measures, campaign finance. Require the majority of voters from each congressional district to approve initiative petitions to amend the Constitution. Prohibit foreign nationals from contributing to ballot measure campaigns, among other provisions. A lot of no's on that one. Amendment 5. Income taxes. Phase out individual income tax based on revenue growth and make other tax-related changes. They tried to get rid of taxes. They tried to put it on the ballot. Boy, if y'all don't get out of here. Get out of here. I tried to get rid of income tax. So this is what's coming up next. They want to prohibit abortion in most cases, prohibit gender transition procedures for minors under 18. Create a permanent public endowment fund managed by the state to generate revenue and use earnings to eliminate state-imposed taxes when sufficient to replace them, and then require the election of county sheriffs. And then they got a redistrict one. Where's my mouse? A redistricting one to fuck up the districts even more. And then prohibit the legislature from repealing or amending a citizen's initiative unless 80% of voters approve the changes, and would prohibit the legislature from making changes to the citizens' initiative and referendum process. And that's going to be tough too. Good luck. They said, and then we also vote that everybody gets candy.
How about Maine? Now that they don't have to deal with Graham Plattner anymore, they feel more confident about Maine. You see things starting to shape up better for the Democrats.
Yeah,
but
baby.
We're in a position here where they still need wins. Could there be a win in Ohio where Sherrod Brown, who is a former senator coming back to run again, is running a strong campaign? But what about Texas? Democrats feel confident about Texas.
Hell yeah.
Feel confident about Texas. Now all of a sudden we have a situation here. Let's say they win Iowa. Let's say they even win in Alaska. Look where we're set up here. That would be enough to do it. But what if Alaska ends up in the hands of Republicans? Even if they were to win Michigan, well, if they won Michigan, that would be the deal.
Yeah,
If they
dumbass.
lose Michigan,
all right,
50-50, J.D. Vance cracks the tying vote.
Coming
That's
back
where
to
things
you,
are.
I promise. It's all super interesting. Ryan Noble,
Hell
thank you very
no.
much. We're going to have a lot more midterm primary coverage to
You
get
think
to.
we're coming
We'll be
back?
back
We
in
think
just
you're doing?
60
You think we're
seconds.
doing all this
We'll
shit
have
for a fucking tie? Are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy? We are not doing this for a tie.
Saying
No.
off the top, it's difficult to say which municipalities are exactly completed. So we're just, I'm trying, kind of estimates here. But the one it looks like maybe the biggest that may be completed would be Royal Oak.
Okay.
Okay.
In Royal Oak, I have Stevens getting 37% of the vote.
Yo, look at his one touch, his one all-in-one.
we
It's
doing
enormous. They're just talking right in his ear.
I'm sorry, say it
3
again.
minutes to Michigan 7.
We want to do Michigan. Is it 10? Polls are closing.
It's 10 o'clock.
Too.
Yeah, at 11.
Okay, hold on. We should just, let me just go over there and tee that up because 41%
in.
El Sayed leading this thing. It's 2.9 is the margin. I just want to show folks, Washington State.
Damn.
Oh, yes, Washington. It's Oregon. Okay. Remember, these are top two primaries. Democrats, Republicans, everybody runs on the same ballot.
Jungle primary.
And what's going to happen is the counties in these districts are going to come in. You're going to get tons of vote all at once from these counties. And then the rest of it, it's a slow trickle that can take through the night. It could take days. It's a lot like California, Colorado. But where are we going to be looking tonight? For instance, the 3rd district. This is one, obviously, that's going to have a lot of attention this November. Marie Perez, the Democratic incumbent.
It said Portland. I thought it said Portugal. I was like, what the fuck? There's a Portugal? Washington?
Who comes through this top two primary. Other candidates here. The context here. Trump
Brett!
district. Perez
Brett!
represents a district that was won by Donald Trump. He
Brett!
won it in 24. He won it in 20. The thing we're looking for tonight is...
Shout out Brett Henrik!
But is there
Part
some
of the
kind
Dig
of
on
readout
America
here on the
network,
relative
baby!
strength of the two candidates and the
Brett!
two parties, right? It's more than
Brent's
just
a
Democrats,
friend.
Republicans. Every party's on here. But can we see that two-party
I
vote
think
there,
he
which
still
we
has my
won't really
number.
know for sure. We won't know the full vote for a couple days till all the results come in. But do we get a feel for, is there an advantage to one side or the other here? We can talk about that, the significance of that as the numbers come in. Here, the Republican incumbent, Dan Newhouse, not running for re-election.
Damn it, Greg.
Republican district. So we would expect the Republican to win here. The question is which one. The 5th district, Spokane, based here. Most of the vote comes from Spokane. The interesting thing in this race is the incumbent's Michael Baumgartner. This is a reach target for Democrats this November. Trump won it by 11 points. Carmela Conroy ran against Baumgartner last time. This is one of those, you've seen this in some key Senate races. Okay, this is an independent who's kind of running on a lot of Democratic themes. Can he get to the general election? Sorry, we're going to Michigan. That's them talking to me when I do that.
Well, let us hear. Or I'll just have to play this.
We do not care.
I'm not salty grapes.
Do you guys hear this little girl cracking up over here? She is cracking up. What's so funny? What's so funny? You laughing because I'm laughing? That's so fun. It's so fun to laugh. She's in her high chair just cracking up. I'm like, what? My wife must be having her laughing.
Kronacki joins
Oh, there
us
you
from
go.
the big board. Steve, we got to get right to Michigan. What do you have there?
You were talking about that 7th congressional district race, and there it is. This is sort of a microcosm in a way of the dynamics we've been talking about
the
in the
fires,
Senate race.
yeah.
Where Lawrence, the
I
very
forgot.
progressive, candidate here of the left, is going to win this, has won this primary, and the context is Trump won the district. This is a swing district that Trump won. Lawrence, a candidate of the left,
Trump
will beat the
is
Democratic
unpopular,
nominee
dude.
against Tom Barrett, who was elected in 2024 in this district. So the question we've been asking statewide of if Al Sayed wins the Democratic primary, what would that mean in terms of a swing state that Donald Trump won and the implications for Senate control? Well, we're seeing this now. We're going to see this at the House level in the same state, because this 7th district, around Lansing and then Livingston County, they're getting closer to Detroit. You are going to see a candidate very much part of that left-wing insurgency who's won this primary in a Trump district.
So what about the big Senate race there, Steve? What are we going to get any more vote there?
Yeah,
It's like,
we
right,
did.
but
we're
about
up to
Abdul.
44%, and you can see Al Sayed's lead now has moved up to close to 4 points, meaning, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I think we just got a big batch from somewhere in the last.
Yeah, we just got 7,000 votes from Macomb.
We got more Macomb. Okay, so let's go over to Macomb County, and this must have been Election Day vote that we got out of Macomb. This was Al Sayed-friendly Election Day vote.
Yeah, he wins that one
Put
a
the
little
paper
bit. There's
down.
also a Kent update that he won a little bit more.
Okay, let's go through both of those. So Macomb County, again, big suburban county, more blue-collar suburban county, north of Detroit here. One of those places that Stevens needs to be winning tonight. The vote that's come in, I believe, has the update that just came in was Election Day vote, was very friendly to Al Sayed. So Stevens is going to need to do significantly better with what's left here. I do think there's a fair amount of vote by mail.
So
that's
tired
left
of
here.
DNR
Adam can check on that.
BS,
But in the
bullshit.
meantime, we had set this up
Armageddon
before,
soon.
what was
You were
going
all
on in
so
Kent
damn
County, where
corrupt.
We are now up. This is Grand Rapids.
Brother,
Grand Rapids
who are
area.
you
We're
actually
now up to
mad at?
2/3 of the vote in Kent. And
You
can
know what I
see, if
mean?
you remember before
Is
when
the
you checked
person
in,
you're mad at
Stevens
in the
was
room
running at
right
about
now?
30. She's moved up to 32. We said there was a lot of vote by mail.
We're
to
literally
come.
trying to
Two things
replace
about
the
that.
fucking people who have
when
been
you last
robbing us
checked
for the last
in,
30
she
fucking
was
years.
actually losing
And you're
the vote
like,
by
it
mail.
doesn't matter. Okay, well then you
It's
just sit the
catastrophic
fuck
for her.
down
That
and shut the
vote
fuck
by
up
mail
and let
that
the
we were
adults
looking
do the
at the last
thinking.
time you checked
You
in
get your coloring
was
book and your
from the city of
crayons and
Grand
you play
Rapids.
nice until we're
that's
ready
as-
to deal
that's
with
as
you.
That's as friendly an area within Kent as Al Sayed's
And don't
gonna
eat 'em
have.
this time.
So what happened was we've gotten more vote by mail from outside Grand Rapids, and Stevens has been winning it, although not by landslide margins, okay? Because Al Sayed, we showed you, he's winning Election Day votes by landslide margins. So what it's meant is that as more vote has been counted here, it's been Stevens friendly. It's not been that Stevens friendly. She's been able to move up 2 points here, okay? But again, we said in a county like this, she wants to be in the 40s. Right, she needs to be in the 40s. So she's got to move up a lot. She's got to move up a lot more. Now there are still some votes to come here, but that vote by mail right now that we're seeing, at least right now, is not
Extremists on
trending
both sides,
necessarily
Democrats and
as
Republicans.
pro-Stevens.
What's your definition
as
of
we've seen some
extreme?
other places, and as she would need to reach that number. So that's Kent. And again, in Macomb, her numbers right now a bit low right there.
Staying out of people's
did we find out
business
what
is
that was?
extreme.
But Adam is still working on it. So again, what that means statewide, 44%, just checking in. 3.5. We did. Again, this means we did get another update that just
Prostitutes.
Stevens. Where was that from?
That was from Oakland County. That was another 7,000 votes.
Okay, yeah. So now Oakland. What's been happening here is a lot of this we've seen now is coming.
So we got a little break in the action here. We're waiting anyway. AJ, you seem to have all these complaints about something that you are directly responsible for, sir. Are you aware of that? Did you know you're directly responsible for this? Are you aware of what your role is in society? Right? Who are you responsible for keeping accountable? AJ. Like, do you know their names? It's funny. Okay, so AJ says he's on the vertical one, by the way. That's why I had to have my phone out, because the vertical chat doesn't go onto the Streamlabs. I don't know why. Streamlabs, if you're out there, how come I can't have both chats in the same thing? They're both YouTube. You know what I mean? Just put them both up there side by side or line by line. He says, AJ says on the vertical chat, anyone who is not aware that both sides are run by elitists that want to keep the nation divided. Right. Are you aware that there is a third party that has been sweeping the fuck? Like, dude, are you paying attention? Are you paying attention? Blame me for seeing the truth. Take your one viewer to the bank, brother. Blocked. That's fine. That's fine. But when you get done blaming other people for your fucking ignorance, let me learn you something with your dumb ass. The truth of the matter is, it is each and every one of our responsibilities to get rid of stupid people from Congress. Agree or disagree? Yeah. It is not us. It is not let me just vote for a fucking knight in shining armor to slay the fucking corruption demon or the corruption dragon on his white steed and save the princess. Like, that's not real life. Your expectations of what you think this country is it's like your expectations of what this country is are completely off base. You're just saying dumb shit. You know? Like you're mad at everyone else for not being upset with you. You know what I mean? Listen, I am not a gossipy prostitute, you are. See, this is the thing. You don't know me and you don't know this network, right? But you're in here on election day where we're watching campaigns that we have been advocating for months come to their fruition. And here you are saying, all this is stupid, nothing matters, everything sucks, we're all going to die. Well, if that's your fucking opinion, do you think you should be given the car keys to the future engine, the future mobile? Should we trust you and your judgment on what we should do next as a country? Huh? You are completely checked out, brother. And you're checked out because you've been screwed over. We're literally replacing the people who screwed you over, and you're in here yelling at me. Like what else do you... We're doing what you're asking for. It's literally happening as we speak. It's happening. Guess how much corporate money Abdul Sayed took? Guess. None. When's the last time somebody's been fucking leading statewide without taking any fucking corporate PAC money? They told us this would never happen. Ever. They said never ever would this happen. And look, there it goes. So before you come in here raining on parades and being all nihilist and shit, trust me, dude, everybody has their days where they get fucking fed up with this shit and they're just thinking that none of this will ever amount to anything and we're all wasting our time. Yeah. And then you fucking smoke a bowl, have a beer, take a nap, go to sleep, wake up, eat some breakfast, and guess what? It's time to fight again, dude. We are adults living in the real world. We don't get to just give up when people cheat us. If we cheat us, that means we have to win even harder next time because we've got to make up for the shit that they stole from us. So if you want to give up, that's fine. You're allowed. You're allowed to give up if you want to. But you're not allowed to make other people give up so that you don't feel bad about giving up. Like if you don't understand that the Republicans and the Democrats are the two failing parties in this country, and the progressives are the only party that's consistently winning races, and they're the ones consistently not taking corporate PAC money, only being funded by the people that that they represent, being transparent with social media campaigns and being accessible to their voters and you know what I mean? Like doing normal people shit, like kind of how politics used to be when it was very boring and no one gave a shit. Right? Just doing the old knocking on doors, normal boots on the ground kind of shit as far as politics. That's working. Even for MAGA people, even for, you know, Biden Democrats. It's working on both of them because they, like you, think that this is stupid. Think that these people are cheating. You know? Lying about what I said. Oh, okay. GP, the two sides of the same falling coin. Time to move on to people forward politics and get corporation and Zionists out of power. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. You know? So, AJ, for every one of you, AJ, out there is a my Camacha. There's one of those, you know? So I'm sorry you feel so bummed, dude, and you're just so mad that everybody is not doing what you want them to do, which is literally fucking nothing because you have no idea how politics work. Like if you want to understand how it works, we literally have a playlist on our fucking channel explaining most parts of civics. We go through the Constitution, we go through everything. You know? Like, as this isn't like if you came on here thinking you're going to rage bait a bunch of fucking libbed up whatevers, I mean, good luck, brother. I mean, I had some pork tacos for dinner. I just had a ginger beer, you know. My blunt's wearing off a little bit, but it's all good. I can have another one later. But we're chilling and we're watching the people speak. This is suffrage in action. Get used to it. And oh yeah, it's still here. Wow, hit rewind. I said both DNR are corrupt. Learn to read. When did I? Oh my God. If I have to learn how to read, you have to learn how to listen. I fucking agreed with you on that point. Right? I conceded that off rip. This is not a pro-Democrat fucking platform, brother. This is not the platform you think it is. You keep thinking I'm on the seat on that a certain team. I'm on the people's team only. Only. I could give two shits about these parties. They're fucking clubs for rich people who have a certain kind of like real contempt for all the people that I grew up with and all the people that I like. You know? Like, they don't like what's normal to me. They don't like that shit. Left and Republican and Democrat. They both hate normal people like the people I like. So guess what? I don't fuck with them neither. The candidates that we are rooting for on this thing are insurgent candidates that are moving to disrupt the Democratic Party. To not only fight the do-nothing Democrats, but dethrone MAGA and fucking get some guardrails back in this country so we can fucking, I don't know, raise kids possibly. Like, that's the point of this, is to break the duopoly, to break the two-party system once and fucking for all. That's why Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, they're all working together to go after who? Progressives. They're not going after, like, when's the last time fucking, Sean Hannity and them said some shit about Kamala? They ain't said shit about her. They like her. She's great now. She's fantastic. Oh, what an intelligent woman. So smart, but just couldn't get across the finish line. Maybe the Democrats should have given her more of a runaway. You know? Like they like people like her. She looks a certain way, she talks a certain way, and she loses a certain way. I don't give a fuck about none of this party loyalty, and we have to go through certain channels, and you got to get so and so's permission before you can run for all. Man, fuck all that shit. The largest voting demographic in this country is the millennials. Get the fuck out of our Congress or we'll push you out. Do what we tell you to do or we'll push you out. That's the rules now. Going forward. Do what we tell you to do or we will replace you. If you don't want to fucking help everybody get fucking health care, kick the fucking... Get this skipping. You can get out of here. You want to fucking send billions of dollars overseas? Bye. We ain't got the fucking money. We are broke as shit. These motherfuckers are stealing literally every single part of the government that is not nailed down and sticking it in their dirty little pockets. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Nancy Pelosi, Hakeem Jeffries, and Chuck Schumer are all sending a strongly worded email. If you don't fucking get over there and promise all the Republicans whatever you need to fucking promise them and get this impeachment shit going so we can stop this asshole and these tariffs. You know Canada is about to fucking build a wall on us and start like putting defensive maneuvers and waters and shit like that. They're about to stop being cool with us for real, for real. All right, Greg, you take it easy, brother. But this is the day. Well, one of the days. We've had a couple of good days already. But this shit is rotating, brother. We're done with this. We're done with it. It's annoying. It's annoying to have people waste billions and billions of your dollars. Billions and billions of your dollars. For what? For a fucking country that's got better fucking quality of living than we do? You explain that to somebody in fucking Mississippi that these motherfuckers need free healthcare and free college for their fucking country. And we got 750,000 fucking Americans, some veterans, sleeping in their goddamn car. All right? This place is not okay. It's not okay for all these Americans to be sleeping in their fucking vehicles. And if that's capitalism, turn it off.
So what are we doing right now? Okay. Was there a call in Michigan 13?
Rant over.
I just want to go to it. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So,
U.S. fascism is more obvious and evident than ever, and Democrats are the most unserious opposite. Yes.
And
she brought fucking Liz Cheney up there on the fucking stage.
What we said about this coming all around to Detroit and to, Stephen's ability to get a big number out of there, I think it's coming around to. And what I'm trying to get through in my head right now, and we're going to do a hit, and then
we're doing good.
I think this is becoming the question. This is what we're going to go focus on. How many votes?
The Zionist settler colony has universal health care, and our asses paid for it with the money of our corrupt politicians sent against our will. You know what the fucked up thing is? So not only did Obama get the JCPOA with Kerry and all them, 18 months, they get the deal done, la-di-da-di-da. Did you know, as one of the provisions of the JCPOA, we're required to give $3 billion a year to Israel? That was our nuclear deal with Iran. But somehow that put us on the hook. All of us, all of you watching this, all of you who will watch this later. Yeah, you paid for that. You put in on that $3 billion. Why? Because Israel needs $3 billion a year for the 10 years of the JCPOA. We owe that to them. What? Oh, this is the interesting part. So they take that $3 billion a year and they broke off, what was it, 70 or 80 million dollars? I think maybe it was more than that. I can't remember how much it was. but they broke off a part of that money that they get as allowance from us. That's the AIPAC money that they put into our elections to make sure that they get the next payment. Are you for real? And y'all mad at Abdul Sayed because he's like, can we keep our goddamn money? These motherfuckers got free healthcare, free college, better roads, all whilst having an apartheid state. No, you don't get to have an apartheid state and our tax dollars. What the fuck is that?
Just wanted to flag that.
If you can apartheid, you can afford your own shit.
Look, statewide in the Democratic primary, we're at half the vote right now. In that margin, again, which is a little bit more just ticked in right there, 3.5 points for Al Sayed over Stevens. I'll tell you what we're trying to figure out right now is how many votes we expect out of the city of Detroit and what kind of plurality we think that Haley Stevens can get out of that. Because the numbers from Stevens out of Detroit so far for her have been really good. And I'm just looking at it right now. It's a frustrating thing. We can't show you in the board, unfortunately.
Oh, what the heck,
county,
Steve?
But not within the county. In Detroit right now, Stevens is getting 69% of the vote. And
I'm not salty grapes.
7% of the vote, okay? So that translates right now into a plurality of nearly 25,000 votes for Stevens. And there are a lot of votes still to come here, okay? Now, a lot of that, the vote by mail is doing some heavy lifting in that Detroit number I'm giving you right there. Again, that vote by mail is so friendly to Stevens.
Hey.
The election day vote, though, that has been counted so far, she's winning. Not by any kind of margin, that she's getting the vote by mail by, but she is winning it. And so we're trying to get a handle here on what we expect the final vote to be out of Detroit and what kind of plurality that could ultimately be for Stevens, right? Because right now she's trailing
another window. I keep closing it on accident.
But if she's romping in Detroit, if that's what ends up happening, okay, and this is a place where I should back up a second. We keep talking about the election day vote powering Al Sayed. This is the one place where, it's not going to help Stevens like the election, like the early vote is, but she's doing, I think, so well with the black vote that she may be able to do good still with the election day vote there and really get a margin out of Detroit, okay? And could that
by line saying that Obama supported her
lead into this? What Al Sayed is leading, by statewide right now. Other things that we're looking at.
Thoughts on political differences between DSA and PSL?
That we're looking right now that loom as key. Genesee County, where Flint is. This is a pretty big piece of real estate.
I'm not a DSA member by any stretch or PSL.
Come out of here. This has, outside of Wayne,
Nomads is kind of like where most of us on the channel kind of find ourselves.
So again, what we're telling you in Detroit,
but I have deep sympathies for DSA. Socialism, like democratic socialists, are. Oh, that's on the other page. Oh, can I bring it up? Let me see. Hold on.
Again, there's a substantial.
Because I have a thing that I bring up when people try to troll.
Detroit, but there is a meaningful black
go?
population there, especially in a Democratic primary.
Funny. Hold on.
Quarter of the vote, Stevens there leading, by a double-digit margin. Opportunities for Stevens in these places to post pluralities that could really eat into what you're seeing from Al Sayed right there. We're also trying to get a handle on what we've been showing you in a place like Grand Rapids, Kent County, where Al Sayed got huge numbers out of the city of Grand Rapids. That included the vote by mail in Grand Rapids, and where the rest of the county and vote by mail is
in here
kind
somewhere.
of trickling in. Her number's sitting at 33%, with 71%. That's got to go up for her. But it's the variable in this, I think.
I can't find it.
Really is what she can
but
get.
Our
out of
audience
Detroit
here
and what,
is
what Wayne ends up looking like at the end of this. And I just
very
say that
worldly.
because,
We're not
back
like
up there. This is
we're
what
mostly
the
USA
county looks like,
focused,
what
but we
Wayne
do
County
cover
looks like right
a
now,
lot of
Detroit,
like
and
world
everything else
stuff.
that's been counted
And
so
I'd
far.
say at
And you can
least
see the advantage
40%
she's
to
getting there.
50% of
And
the
to put
audience
that
is
in
in the
some
UK.
context, right?
UK or Ireland.
Keep talking about this.
And,
Gretchen Whitmer, when she was elected in 2018,
it's hard to tell an American with European friends that the Norwegians, the Swedish, and the Danish have it 100% wrong.
I keep, go blue in the face saying.
If we were on the StreamYard, I'd have the chart, but I can't find it right now.
So that kind of a difference.
But if you look at, it's in my screenshots. I just remembered.
Okay. Stevens, and we're saying she's hitting it in this county.
It's in my screenshots.
In this county. She's toughest, maybe Kent, she's not so much. We'll see. But
Where
if you're
is
getting
it?
Anything like this, right, in a
Just
county
flashed
where
to me.
Whitmer did that makes that as they say at the horse track, that forgives a lot of sins. And so that's, I mean, it's we're trying to.
Okay, I'm seeing recent screenshots. It must be getting close.
On that. But I said, whenever it was, an hour, 2 hours ago, if a bunch of other things could kind of.
Oh my God! All my Scrandal screenshots.
It really could come down to Wayne, and it really could come down to Detroit. And I'm looking at this and seeing that opportunity.
Oh, we're getting close. There's the tread on me, Daddy. Shit.
But
oh, the
based
giraffe.
on how much we have out of Wayne right now, what do you think it looks like in terms of when you will have enough to have an even clearer picture?
Is this even in order?
I know least because Wayne's full of surprises and full of disappointments, right, in terms of the timing. Again, what's in my mind, 2024 Democratic primary, 5 a.m.
Steve.
Okay, that's a good reality.
But I will tell you, though, the general election in 24, a more complicated election, they got done by 3, so maybe,
Is it? Can I ask you about the statewide number? If we can go back to statewide really quickly. Is it interesting
Where
to
did
you
it go?
Mallory McMorrow, the numbers that she has?
Oh, here it is.
About, earlier, I think it was more than the gap between Abdullah Sayed and Haley Stevens.
Yeah, I mean, it's right
there.
There
It is.
46-4, 49-9, it's 3-5, and it's 3-7.
Top Democratic Socialist, Social Democratic models: Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Iceland. And then if you go over one picture, the top 20 happiest countries in the world along with their global life evaluation scores include Finland, Iceland, Denmark, Costa Rica, shocker, Sweden, Norway, Netherlands, Israel, Luxembourg, Switzerland. So it has become painfully apparent to me that my friends in Europe, and some of which literally one of the founders of this network, live in Sweden from Norway. Yeah, there's only so long you can defend the way America does things before you just literally look at what some other countries have been doing for literal fucking decades. It has been working for decades, and we refuse to even try, Like homie AJ was in here earlier just fucking bitching and complaining and acting like nothing was ever going to get better for him. Well, first of all, no, it's not, because you don't fucking vote. I can already tell you don't vote by the way you fucking talk to me. Both of the parties are the same and nothing matters. It's like, okay, this is a fucking election night stream and you don't care about voting. So I'm not sure what you wanted to happen in the process that you would be in control of. You don't want good things to happen. You can't hear anything? Pup over there? So you can't hear. It might be maybe you're on the horizontal. Maybe refresh the page? Somebody type in the thing, refresh the page to Pup. I don't know if they can hear me, because they're saying it's just a pantomime. It must be a glitch or something. But everybody else can hear me, I think. I'm pretty sure. But I think overall with the DSA and stuff like that, I think the American late stage capitalism model that we're running right now, which has become a complete kleptocracy, is completely unsustainable, and it is not what the people want. And they keep trying to hide it and disguise it and put lipstick on it, and they keep trying all this shit. But it's just, we're so deep into the capitalism game. We're into the monopoly part. We're into the part of monopoly where everybody has hotels except for us, and the game is becoming very unfun. And people like AJ are losing hope. They think that so-and-so, the politician, is going to come up and save them, and they never show up. They think this person's coming, and then they never show up. And then the little hearts are breaking. And I understand that. But we don't get to where we want to get by giving up every fucking 10 minutes. Sometimes you have to lose 3-4 fucking times in a row. before things start to make sense.
Bigger than that 2018 primary.
With, again, potentially these 10,000
I'm up for
plus mail votes.
Yeah,
anybody who wants to get rid of the people who don't know how to do their fucking jobs. You know,
so not a
get
ton
rid of the
can be
incompetent
left
people.
out of Detroit.
Thanks, Tommy.
And do we have municipal level, the inner suburbs? Do we have a sense in Wayne? Because there are some areas of Wayne where Stevens could do very well as well. Do we have a sense? If that's what's outstanding, is it Dearborn?
U.S.
Heights?
propaganda misguides so many people, and it's hard to see. Got people thinking racism and transphobia are the answer for their material issues. It's wild. Yeah, and it's like, dude, I don't care about the 55 NCAA trans people. You know, that is not going to pay your rent. That's not going to get you.
We'll take a look around.
Okay.
That's not going to get you what you need. You know, that's not going to bring your markets back if you're a farmer. Right? You're not going to be able to sell your whole fucking field of soybeans to fucking China because of NCAA athletes. That's not the problem.
Maybe another Wayne update just came in as well.
Your monthly inputs for your small business.
A bunch of Detroit ballots that have just come in. We've been waiting for some of these. No,
he says, I don't think so.
Did Adam say it wasn't?
No. I apologize.
Okay, my bad. Stress.
Yeah, no, we did. We just got a bunch more from Detroit, and I'm looking at the Detroit results right here. That's why I'm kind of leaning over here. But we've got, we're getting close to done in Detroit right now. We got a big batch there, about 20,000 of the election day vote, and Stevens 62 in Detroit citywide, 62% for Stevens, 34% for Al Sayed. So a 28-point margin for her. But she might have just that might be about it for Detroit. I'm hesitating because that number is low. Their turnout in 2018, a lower interest primary statewide was higher. It was 93,000. That adds up to about 85,000. So that's lower, even substantially lower than back in 2018. Now there'd been talk that, hey, Stevens is doing well with the black vote, but was enthusiasm, was turnout, was energy going to be an issue? But we're just trying to make sure
I'm not salty grapes.
Actually it for Detroit, or if there is some more still to come. There might still be some outstanding votes right there. But it's looking at a 28.62-34 margin there for Stevens right now. Again, 62% for Stevens. We said when Gretchen Whitmer ran in 2018, she got 36% of the vote out of Detroit. There is still, though, a ton more to come out of Wayne itself. These numbers.
And the other thing I want you guys to really kind of like focus in on. Let me see if I can rewind this here. So where's okay. So I paused it. So he's not frozen. I'm not frozen. It's on purpose. Abdul Sayed is sitting at 405,000 votes, and she's at 382,000 votes. This is what $60 million fucking dollars in outside money gets you. It gets you losing by 20,000 votes with 55% in. $60 million and you're still fucking losing. Apparently people aren't so terrified of him as she says they are. All this boogeyman shit is weak. Weak. $60 million for what?
There is still, though, a ton more to come out of Wayne itself. These numbers we've been getting in out of Detroit, as you can see, have moved us. We were sitting there in the 20s. We've moved north of 40% right now.
So you got to remember, all of her mail-in votes and early voting are counted already in that. She's probably not going to get but, maybe 15,000 more. And they're only 42% in. It's looking bad.
There is a lot more to Wayne than just Detroit. It's 55-42. I don't know if you can see this, but if you wanted to look inside of Wayne County, these are the inner suburbs, the other cities that are.
Let me freeze that. What you talking about?
In there.
I feel like I'm doing something illegal. I feel this is wow. Seeing Steve's notes, my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Hell, just pay me. No. Oh, you're. Tom, you're doing it for a discount. I was about to say no, $60 million. But yeah, if you're gonna do it for $6, yeah, they should just hire you, give you $6 million, and they could lose and save the money.
It really is coming around.
They could have saved $54 million. But here's the fucked up part: it's our own tax money.
It's been hovering at that 3-point margin
that we gifted to another country for no reason.
Oh, wow.
Al-Sayed and Stevens, a 23,000 vote margin. So I think it really is. We could show you places where
Yeah, you're good. Hey, you cut him a friends and family discount.
This for her, with more to come. That might be true in Saginaw as well. Oakland. Now we're up to 90%. Again, look, now Stevens has done better and better as that vote has come in. These municipalities have come in late in Oakland.
Yeah, she's supposed to be in front by a lot.
Over Al-Sayed. We said she wants to get into the 50s. She has now gotten into the 50s in Oakland County, next door in Macomb County. Look, again, the skew here earlier, I think, was toward a Al-Sayed favorable type of vote, municipality potentially.
I wouldn't know what to do with more than $6 million. Well, give me the extra. I'll figure it out.
About where she is in Oakland, in Macomb as well.
I'll do my best to figure it out.
Let's see as that remaining half comes in, if that's where it is. But we have so much in. Elsewhere in the state right now, we're now up to 56%. Again, we're at less than half of Wayne. So again, just Wayne itself, if we suddenly got the rest of Wayne County in right now, this 56 would come, we'd be at 70% of the vote in statewide. And we'd have a clear sense of it. So really coming around to it.
Forgive me, Steve, if you mentioned it and I missed it, but do we have, what do we know about Dearborn?
Yeah, so we did. We had, earlier in the night, we had a same-day update from Dearborn. It was overwhelmingly... It was exactly what you expect with Al-Sayed. That's what I'm trying to find out. Is there more from Dearborn, Dearborn Heights, Hamtramck? Those are the three I'm particularly interested in there. That were honestly, and I apologize. It's just this is the nature of Michigan elections. It's just it's
at least this isn't California where they're gonna fucking literally go county by county, district by district, taking water breaks, eating lunch, and all that shit. Everybody else just like, look, eat beforehand, because once these ballots start coming in, we ain't stopping until we're finished. California, they be out there. All right, everybody stop. We have to go play acoustic guitar in the sand for 45 minutes. All right, everybody stop counting. We have to go surf.
Yeah, I know I'm throwing a million questions at you, but that might be one here too, is municipalities within.
Come on, everybody. We have to comb our long hair now.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough to say, because it's really tough to say what I don't have expected vote for every municipality in Wayne, and it's kind of tough to say. I do see in Dearborn specifically. We reported
Trump circle
earlier. I did not see other modes reported for Dearborn, so I would expect other votes there. One of the other places I was looking at was Canton Township. I see early vote and election day. I don't think it's all of it, but we would still be missing mail vote potentially in Canton.
Well, okay, stick on that, because that's 100,000 people. And that should be. What do you see with? You think we don't have?
What do you see?
Correct.
Okay, I'm curious what it looks like.
Unless they put it to the.
Does he have his brightness on 1?
Unless that was all in that bucket.
Okay, so we think it does not have the best Stevens vote. Yeah. And what is it at?
We have 5,000 votes from Canton Township. Yes, Canton Township.
Yeah.
As of an hour ago. And it was breaking for Syed 74-25.
Okay, we definitely don't have vote by mail.
Yeah.
Just to give you context there, Canton Township, this would be in the western part of Wayne County. It's 100,000 people in that 2018 primary. It was won by Whitmer. Basically got 50% of the vote there. Al-Sayed got 38% of the vote. So it was about a 10-point margin, a little bit more than a 10-point margin between the two of them. But yeah, again, that's a place Stevens wants to win tonight. I'm just trying to look here. How about Livonia? Do we have anything there?
I'll have to take.
Okay, sorry. Again, you don't have these.
Oh my God!
I'm throwing these at
oh
you.
my God! There's
okay.
There's thousands of people watching. How many are watching this? There's 36,000 people watching Steve Kornacki, and I think on the other like some of the more like independent media stuff. There's like, I think Breaking Points had like 6,000. TYT had like 2,000 or 3,000 when I looked at it earlier. Fox News. Haley Stevens holds election watch party. 113 people watching. I love this house. Also, it's empty. Oh no. There's nobody there. What is this? Is that a balloon drop? That's a balloon drop. That is 100% a balloon drop. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh my God. This is the same thing? Oh, it's a different camera angle. Where is this at? What was I just looking at? What is this? Oh, that's the camera that's in front. Yeah, now we just moved up cameras. Yeah, it looks way more. That can't be the same room, can it? The signs are different. Yeah, that's got to be a different room. Those people ain't even there. All right, let's see what's going on C-SPAN.
50-60% of the vote in Wayne County to be counted. She needs to maintain the lead that she has right now, which is a little less than 20,000 votes, in order to have a shot at overtaking El Sayed.
What are you seeing on the county by county breakdown?
Yeah, I mean, we are at the point where we're almost done counting in Oakland, and we're just waiting on the other half of Wayne. Wayne has been trickling in slowly. We're up to 45% there. Stevens.
Hey, Tez, thank you. Thank you.
Come in. But
I got Zetsu back from the fucking shop.
Her lead statewide.
Lower control arms, ball joint.
Narrowed a little bit. Even if the
oil chiller
County are
leak.
Bringing her margin.
So I need a new chiller and hoses.
So bringing her statewide margin up a little bit.
So how much is she up in Wayne County?
13 points.
13 points.
Yeah.
And where was she earlier tonight? Has that stayed consistent? I mean, the votes have been slow to come in the county.
So that's come down. She was up over 20.
$25,000 tax deduction.
Oh my God, Ken Paxton, what a fucking piece of work this guy is. You know who he reminds me of? Do you guys remember in X-Men when the one senator dude, his kid was like Angel or whatever, and then like he like got hit with the thing to get turned into a mutant, and he was like going through the bars. He's like squeezing his face through the bars. That's what Ken Paxton looks like normally. Like mostly wax, but a little warm.
I'm not salty grapes.
Listen to the flying monkey scream for the Wicked Witch. Oh, we love the old one.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about the plan.
Creed.
So the first thing we want to do is we want to give a $25,000 tax deduction for all medical expenses and premiums.
No. How about I don't pay for medical insurance, you dumb fuck? No. I don't want a tax cut. So I pay all this money, and then at the end of the year, I get a tax cut. That doesn't help me. I'm not rich.
And that includes for all dependents. So we all
my daughter and wife are also not rich.
know that Texans and Americans are struggling with expenses, including medical expenses, and I want to make it easier for people to pay those expenses.
That's why I took your grid off of the national grid, and I privatized the shit out of that with my buddy, Hot Wheels.
We also want to offer a first-time homebuyer $50,000 tax deduction.
What a great idea. You know who else had that idea? That old Carmela Haristo. Carmela, is that her name? Camelot Barista. I think that's her name. Camelot Barista said the same shit. I wonder where you got that idea from.
And if you buy another residence, that's your primary residence, another $50,000 tax deduction.
Oh, yeah, we just got money to be, just throw all the money in the air, and whoever catches it gets it.
So you have 2 bites the apple.
2 bites at the apple, he says. Now, that wouldn't have anything to do with, you know, I don't know how you're going to be a first-time home buyer for your second home. But hey, he said you could double dip on the first-time home buyer because, you know, it's your first time. That's how words work. That's how English works.
Because we know that the cost of housing under the Biden administration skyrocketed.
It skyrocketed. So that's why you're going to get double the savings on somebody else's house.
The cost of building it and then interest rates have made it very difficult for many of our citizens to afford housing. And so we are going to make it easier for people
buying both at the same time.
to buy houses.
I would like you to scan all 3 of these items at the same time so I can use this 50% off coupon. Thank you.
And we want to help people with their children. So I know that President Trump has increased the child tax credit. We want to double it. So if you have children, we want to make it easier for you to take care
That is not something the Senate is in charge of, sir.
of your children.
You're not even in the Senate on any committees to even have these conversations. You're trying to get into the Senate.
And then finally, we want to give a $5,000 health.
So for all of you young men out there who are ever feeling like, I'm just not enough, girls will never like me. Whenever you're feeling that, I need you to just go ahead, take your right hand, raise it up as high as you can. And then I want you to bring it down about shoulder length or shoulder height. And I want you to slap the shit out of yourself. This motherfucker has like 16 mistresses. You need to apply yourself. You need to shower. You need to be nice to girls, okay? Because if this motherfucker who looks straight up like Quasimodo has a mistress who is showing up to the trial in a white dress, you can do it.
Healthy living deduction. So if you want to spend money on gym memberships, any type of nutrition program,
drugs. How about prescription pills, Ken?
physician described GLP-1s, whatever it takes. We want people to be afford to be healthy and prevent disease instead of waiting for it to happen.
He's been under investigation on and off for like a decade.
So those are the 4 main points. There are other things coming. We want to cut regulations as we build houses. So much of the cost is regulation. And if we can...
Yeah, we want to cut regulations on housing, aka they want to buy a warehouse and give you guys a bunch of like 10 by 10 fucking hamster houses to live in. Yeah, no fucking thank you. How about the working class and the poor in this country deserve a fucking house like everybody else. They deserve an apartment like everybody else. Don't put them in sheds. Don't put them in shacks. Don't put them in towers. Don't put them in anything. There is enough space and housing for everyone to have a nice place to live in this country. There is. And it's enough with the fucking gaslighting that there's just we can't afford for everyone to live with dignity. Only the prized few can have dignity in this country. All right. How long you going to keep refusing people their dignity? Until they just snatch it out of your fucking mouth and eat it for themselves. You can't oppress us forever. Today is the day.
I care about the decisions made in this primary.
Does he have a chance?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, any Democrat running in a district that is evenly divided or even probably a little Republican has a chance.
Dignity is woke.
Kind of election cycle. Is he as strong a general election candidate as either of these other 2 would have been? That is a more interesting question. He's certainly not as strong a fundraiser as either of them would have been. And he certainly has more progressive politics that might not be as palatable in this swing seat. He doesn't fit the mold of other candidates who have come out of this district in the way that Brink and Masdom both do. But certainly he has a chance. I think it's going to be very difficult for Republicans to hold on to a lot of these types of districts this fall, but not the candidate that.
Difference between the two of them has been consistent as the votes have come in.
We're up to 29K. It was 23K.
And any changes in the counties that we've been watching, Jacob Rubashkin.
Let's take a look.
Oh, Kornacki probably just had a cow over there.
A little bit more in Wayne, and Stevens' margin has dropped down below 10%. So remember, we were talking about that 10% margin.
Rose it here at about this with the vote that's left. You know, she might get an additional plurality of about 15,000 votes out of Wayne. That might be being generous, but you could see if she did that, that would have cut in half the Al Sayed margin here. But then the question is, where else is she getting it from? Would she get that from? Where would she make that up? I mean, there are still a lot of votes that are left to come here, like we're saying in Saginaw and in Flint. We're getting more out of Flint. You know, if she's out of Flint, out of Genesee. But again, if she's running at this, if she's winning Genesee at this margin and not getting a substantial double-digit margin out of it, that's not.
What time is it? All right, I'll give it another 10, 15 minutes,
with what's left into an
and then we'll probably have to wait until the morning because it's going to be late.
3,000 more votes. We were just going through completed counties. There are a couple places where I think she's clearly hit. They're not huge, but they're noteworthy where she's hit, I think, what a benchmark would be for her. There are a number of other places, though, where it looks like she's falling just a little bit short of it and maybe in need of something a little bit bigger than she is currently getting out of Wayne County.
It's not coming, brother.
At Kent County here where Grand
Kornacki,
Rapids is.
call it. Call it for El Sayed.
In right now. She's sitting at 34%. We talked about Washtenaw County. Now we're up to almost 80% of the vote right there. Ann Arbor. One thing is, as we say, that last thing that gets counted there, we think in Washtenaw would be the vote by mail from Ann Arbor.
Right.
Could that be a boost for her right there?
So, Steve, how much of Wayne is in right now?
Well, we think about half.
Bye, Pup. I don't know why Pup can't hear me.
So we think the vote that's left in Wayne, I can give you a number because we did just get more right there.
You guys are hearing
it.
it.
There's about 160,000 votes, that are left in Wayne County, right? So I mean, you could just see how that math would work. If there's 160,000.
Got to make sure you're on the
that
pen.
Are left in Wayne County, right? She's leading right now by 8.5 points. So generously, if you said she wins Wayne by 10 points, what would that be? That would be a plurality of 16,000 votes.
Yeah.
That might be generous right now, but if you apply 16,000 votes to the deficit that she faces statewide right now,
not
that
enough.
leaves Al Sayed still up by 12,000. And then we're saying, okay, look, a prime opportunity for
Just went up to
Stevens on this
28.
map coming right here, like in Genesee County, where Flint is. Well, with the numbers she's getting right there, what if she nets an additional 3,000 out of what she's getting right now? Maybe she knocks that down to 9,000. I'm giving you kind of her good places right here. I'm giving you maybe an optimistic number for her out of Wayne. She is still, there's not a ton to come, but she is, she's been closing strong with what we've had in Oakland County. She has an opportunity, I think, with what's left in Macomb County, a tough one to get a handle on right here. But again, Kent County, we did just get a little bit more of an update there. Now she's at 34.5. Again, trying to get, I think that's when you're trying to get over 40% if you're her.
Kent County is her downfall, man.
Ottawa County, I can tell you something about this. This is decent size. This is where Holland, Michigan is.
I've been there.
Give you some benchmarks that we
They have windmills and tulips.
Benchmarks here for Ottawa County. Gretchen Whitmer, right? 2018, we've been saying, pretty good. What did Whitmer get here? She got 48. Right, Stephen's sitting at 40. What did Joe Biden get? He got 51. Stephen's sitting at 40. We think this might be it in Ottawa County. Okay, so those are the kinds of things she's trying to compensate for here, and the place to compensate for it is Wayne County, with about half the vote in and a lot of Detroit.
Hey, Steve, in Washtenaw, the Ann Arbor, home of Ann Arbor, University of Michigan, Eastern Michigan, go Eagles, only Eagles I'll cheer for.
Here we go. Here we go.
4 minutes left.
Here we go.
By mail, they're likely to be students who aren't back on campus yet. I mean, wouldn't that potentially be more Al-Sayed friendly?
Say again,
Wouldn't that vote by mail and out of Ann Arbor, wouldn't you think that might be students who aren't back at college yet?
Well, generally what we've seen, and it's been kind of holding true here, has been that the vote by mail skews older just in terms of who takes the ballots, who sends them in.
The kids are not responsible.
But in a college town,
They
right,
wait.
like Ann Arbor, where the population, the adult population, is so liberal, I think, too, along with the younger population, it raises the question. I don't expect to see the kind of disparity there that we've seen elsewhere. But I think, I think it's worth noting she's done the best with vote by mail, and that has recently been the last thing that comes in Washtenaw. But the idea that she's going to be winning that vote by mail by 50 points or something, I think demographically, no.
Okay. Steve, in the 40 seconds we have left, is now a good time to talk about the 2028 primaries? While we're or not yet?
Must be on their
They might be
feet.
started by the time Wayne County finishes counting.
Zing! At 30 seconds, the tradition we have here, one last word or final thought in the 30 seconds we have left. Steve, to you, quickly.
Look, I mean, Stevens has made this a game tonight. She's gotten closer, I think, than a lot of people thought she was going to get. But that elusive
Keep the faith.
final
Finish the
step
race.
for her. We'll see if that
Let's
proves
go,
to be
baby.
elusive for her.
Ryan.
Over 1 million Democratic votes in Michigan. Democratic enthusiasm, whether it's progressive or moderate, is sky high.
Republicans are showing a DQ strategy. They want to disqualify Democrats.
We're looking
right, shut
at
up.
a big challenge for Democrats.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Okay.
Get him out of
Thanks.
here.
I'm comparing notes with Adam again. He's been writing furiously there.
He's like, good, they're gone. Good, the fucking girls are out of here. Let me talk to my. I've been looking at these numbers. Give me that postcard right now.
Okay. I think. Okay.
Yep.
So the variables here are remaining vote in Wayne from outside of Detroit, okay? Are there places here where Stevens does strong enough to beef this number up from 52%, okay? Outstanding question is here in Genesee County, home of Flint. We say there's a large black population in Genesee County. A lot of that is in Flint. Does Flint come through in a way that beefs this margin up for Stevens? She needs that to happen. Okay. Saginaw, we've got more. Okay, I think we might have got the city of Saginaw now. I'm guessing we did because she's pulled ahead by 21 points here. I was going to raise that question for Saginaw. I don't know if it was already answered there, but only about half the vote
Get
is
me
in
some
right
Yasmin
there.
games in
So
here in a
those are
minute.
places, she needs places
my
here
birthday.
where she can make big jumps, big strides. In addition to what's
Ooh, I might be able to make it to the liquor store.
I think pull some big numbers.
Get some
outside of
liquor.
Detroit. We spend a lot of time talking about inside
Get
Detroit.
turned.
She needs to pull it outside Detroit. She needs to pull something big out of a place like Flint. I think Saginaw, it's not as big, but it's not insubstantial. We have the wild card. I keep pressing the wrong county. We have the wild card of the late vote by mail in
Let's get
Ann
it, baby.
Arbor. You just heard that conversation, I think, with Garrett. I think he's right. I mean, it's super liberal college town like that, where Al-Sayed
The
already
paper
did
company's
extremely
really
well
carrying
in
this
2018 when he ran. I think in theory, a big chunk of late vote by mail would be good would be really encouraging for Stevens. That might not be the place where you want to see that. Same time, there's still a big chunk of vote to come here. This becomes a problem for Stevens because you could see how well Al-Sayed is doing here. It's not a surprise he's doing this well here. We kind of knew this was coming.
Because he's the
This is where
man.
Lansing, this is where East Lansing is. But again, there's still a lot of vote to come right there. There might be, as we've seen in these other counties, a more kind of pro-Stevens flair to it. But overall, the opportunity there for Al-Sayed to get something out of there that pads his margin and maybe offsets if Stevens is getting gains from Genesee, from Saginaw, from some of these other places, population centers where you got some vote, that maybe he could offset it, here.
Come on,
Where
Haley,
else do
just
we
concede.
have, a sort of substantial outstanding vote here. I just want to kind of look around here.
Don't you be looking around.
6%, that's small, but 6%. And this is, we got Barrie, we got Grand Rapids. Oh, we'll go down here. Kalamazoo, we got half. Okay, now Kalamazoo, again, a bit of a college, Western Michigan University. We got half the vote. Again, it's in that Western Michigan region. This is where Whitmer didn't do that well here in 2018.
Let's go, baby.
Younger population, so I think there was an expectation that Al Sayed would do very well in Kalamazoo. Just to line this up with our benchmarks. Yeah, you know, but again, there was certainly the expectation was Al Sayed would do well. Whitmer's number here was 48. Remember, she got 52 statewide. The 47 was the Biden number in 2020. Stevens, again, the possibility, as we've seen in other counties, that this is going to tick up. But, you know, this may be kind of a miss for her of her benchmark. We'll see how close she can get to that. But if she, you know, she's really having trouble here in Western Michigan. She's really having trouble in Ottawa County. He had trouble in Ottawa County. Really, I think, having trouble in Kalamazoo County, and really having trouble in Grand Rapids, in Kent County, the Grand Rapids area. Well, look at this. Okay. Yeah. We think that's big. We think we got the vote in Kent County. Remember, they came out swinging. We got a ton early. Took a while. It's midnight. We now think we got it. Al Sayed, obviously, wins 62. The benchmarks. Whitmer was 44. Okay, Biden was 46 in 2020. As we say, Hillary got crushed with 37. But right here, something like that is what you know, Stevens wants out of here. This is what she got. And again, we've shown you counties of varying sizes here tonight, right? Like we've shown you a lot of small ones in the UP where maybe she's missing by 5. But to miss by this much in a county this big, right? This is like 7% of the vote statewide in a Democratic primary. It comes out of Kent County, and she got beat by that much.
It shows 95% in for Kent County there. The Kent County website does not have all of their vote mode buckets as fully reported, so it's possible that that expected vote number goes up, and we still get some more out of Kent County, but we should be, I think,
but if there's any like new voters or like day one voters, it's gonna be for Al Sayed, because those are gonna be young people, not old
modes
people.
Are in there, so that would include election day, mail, and early.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask? Is there any way to get more water here?
Hell no! You don't get no more motherfucking water.
Okay. Thank you. We never. Should we venture out to Washington? We've been on 4 hours. I don't know. Are folks fired up for the Washington multi-candidate primary that won't assign any winners tonight?
Yeah, there are some projected, moving on candidates.
Let's do a balloon drop for the concession speech. Someone paid for those. Yeah, drop them anyway.
I just think anything. If I can play teacher and give you a suggested assignment, anything you can get us on municipalities in Wayne. Yeah. I think if there's any path for Stevens here,
that's a wrap, dog.
It's to post some big numbers and maybe some surprising.
Haven't watched him for a while, but he really can't hide
parts of Wayne County.
His bias. He's vibing thoughts person.
There's a lot more to it than Detroit. There's a lot more to it than Detroit and Dearborn, and it's in those other places that I'm trying to get a better handle on. The other thing is, I said I go to Washington. I'm going to try to see if I can find something here. 1 second.
And I think for him, especially since this has kind of like been his job for like the better part of a decade, like since he became like the polls guy with the khakis, you know, it's been this like historically this is supposed to happen, and this is supposed to happen, and then this is supposed to happen next, and then this is supposed to happen. But
you can go to the city,
I mean,
and
between Gaza, Trump, this economy, our reputation on the world stage, you got to take all the numbers from previous years and just throw them in the trash. Like he's like, oh, she should hit this, and then it will mean this, and that will hit. All that shit's gone. Each Democrat that is being challenged by a progressive, you might as well be in a jungle wildcat formation, ready for the most reckless primary of your life. Like people are like, the only thing that has a worse approval rating than Trump in this country is the Democrats.
I'm just looking now in Michigan. We do have a lot of vote from Saginaw. We were trying to figure that out.
So anybody with daylight between the Democrats and themselves has a bump already. Instead of distancing herself from
we've got a good mix of both.
The party.
Okay, and then
she said, "I'll just dig in deeper with the party in the state." That's not going to do it. The party is the problem. This is the issue. The people wanted something different during Clinton and didn't get it. They wanted something different in Bush and didn't get it. They wanted something different in Obama and didn't get it. And Trump 1 and Biden and Trump 2. And it's been the exact fucking same.
Sorry, folks. I'm trying to get.
People
Flint
are
stuff,
sick of this
I'm
shit.
for Flint here. That's
Enough. Enough with the shit already. And with millennials being the largest voting group, the largest voting demographic.
We don't have.
Brother, we all went to college. We all understand things at a high level.
We don't have
you
anything.
motherfuckers are thieves.
So the opportunity for
You're
Stevens
motherfucking thieves, and we're sick of the thieving.
in Genesee. We were showing you Genesee County.
Yeah. He's up 33K with
piece of real
65%
estate,
in.
and we do have some vote right there, but none of that vote that you're looking at, and
Watch
she
this
is
game, man.
leading,
Down.
is outside of Flint. What you're looking at is outside of Flint. We're not looking at anything from Flint.
Oh, okay.
And I think we expect her to do quite well in Flint. So
I don't know why she did well in Flint. Flint hates Obama.
For Stevens in Genesee County, right, where we've got, little over 20,000 votes counted, meaning we've got about 40,000 votes left. We have nothing from Flint. So, yeah, just there's an opportunity for Stevens, I think, to get out of Genesee a chunk of votes. Yeah, we'd be talking, I don't know, 5,000 plurality of something like that, maybe.
Yeah, and that ain't going to be enough to close the gap.
33,000.
And she's got 20,000 on the other one. That puts her. That still leaves her 8,000 short.
Question I have here is, I usually, this is where it gets a little. When I'm on the air, we say these are the limitations of live. Is there a chance that I could make a phone call to the decision desk? I don't do this on the air. I'm not going to do this on the air.
Right.
But
who is he talking to?
Well, let me just explain this. We're in. You could see everything that's going on right here. You can see there's. I'm taking you through the best I know, which is I've seen Stevens do enough to put herself kind of on the edge of this, but not enough where I'm like, well, she's right there, and enough where I think there's a couple of key questions that you see I'm trying to address here about Flint.
Exactly that
Saginaw,
part.
about Washtenaw,
These
really,
NOT, the old days,
really
swear.
about
As a lifelong leftist, before Mom Dami, I was done. DONE, done. Turn to harm reduction is still harm. Exactly.
When these
and
things,
there's only
how to
so long
characterize
you
these
can
ways, how to
scare
call them.
people, dude.
It's a team
Like,
of,
there's only so many
data
times,
scientists that we have,
and
I'm
like we're
just
all
gonna,
like Bruce Willis in
they
fucking
do their own thing. They're not in
Fifth
this for
Element.
publicity and everything.
Motherfucker
So
just
I
had
do this off the
a
air.
hat
So I'm
on
gonna-
shaped
they're
like
gonna
our
kill my mic, and
hallway.
I'm going to,
Did we get upset about it when they pulled the
try to
gun on
talk
us?
to them
No, we just tricked them
and
and
then
took the gun
report
away.
back to you. So,
That's literally where we're at
we
now.
gotta-
The
we
Republicans
gotta
and the
quit thinking
Democrats
this is
are
what
the dude with the
we
fucking
watch these for,
hallway
right?
hat.
So please don't go anywhere.
That's them.
Maybe Adam, you can tell them if anything is there. Do you got the? Are they on or are they?
I'm calling now.
Okay. Is this mic off? Okay.
Oh shit, they're freaking out at the decision desk like, oh shit, it's Steve. It's Steve Kornacki. He's on the phone, what should I say? Love that movie. Dude, that movie is life. That movie is life. And don't get into a rabbit hole about like the making of the movie and like the creator and shit like, oh man, it's a rabbit hole. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't even make it out most days. Let's go, Abdul. Let's go, baby. Love it. Love to see it. I'm pissed about Corey, though. They fucking let Corey down. Real talk. Corey is excellent. Corey is excellent. Come on, move up here, Corey. St. Louis is going through it right now. They're listening to anybody. All right, well, he's making a phone call. I'm going to go ahead and I think I've ranted enough. What does this say? I'm at about 6 hours streaming today. I think that's enough of my voice out there on the airwaves, you know. We got the food show tomorrow, a seat at the dinner table, so make sure you brush your teeth, wash your hands, and bring comfortable clothing because we're filling you up with all the tastiest food porn that is, that we can find. And I actually I found some Palestinian food that looked, oh my God, amazing. It was like rice and beef and, oh man, I want that shit. So make sure you eat before the show. I'm not playing. Eat before the show because you will be getting hungry. I found a whole bunch of recipes of shit that we need to watch to, oh, and you know what? If Tim's back, it's Scrandle time because Tim has our paid Scrandle account, so I haven't been able to play. So we're going to be playing the Pro Nightmare edition of Scrandle, the one for the really good people. So audience participation is a mandatory. And tomorrow's my birthday. So come on out tomorrow. I'm going to try and find a charity for us to donate to. And we're going to watch food videos. We're not going to stress about politics. If the trolls come, we just let them bounce against us like water bounces off the rock, and we go on with our day. So, inshallah, Abdul El Sayed is gonna win this shit. I'm so sorry, Corey. You deserve better. Wesley Bell sucks anyway. He sucks. Let's see if nothing. Let's see if oh, where's that Haley party or the Haley what was it, Fox? I think Fox had it. Where'd it go? Is this her? Who is this? Oh, Jocelyn. Oh, there it is. Oh, bro, look. They ended it. They fucking ended it. Oh, wow. And then they left it on the fucking output thing for like 6 minutes. Wow. They just unplugged it. Wow. They just left it on the tripod, unplugged.
This is going to be an absolute reckoning for the Democratic Party, especially if it goes in the direction that Haley Stevens doesn't want it to go in for her opponent, essentially. Because in a state like Michigan, this is different than New York City. So when Democratic leaders and establishment point the finger at the coastal states, saying those are different than the middle of the country, are they really? Because the Democrats that I've been speaking to yesterday and today, even some who voted for Haley Stevens, I'll tell you about one guy I spoke to, a black voter. He's an older gentleman.
Black?
He's lived in Detroit his entire life. He told me the reason he voted for Stevens was because, one, he likes her, but two, Gretchen Whitmer endorsed her, a very last-minute endorsement. But he likes the socialist direction that the Democratic Party is going in. So Democratic leaders are really going to have to figure out how to walk that tightrope to be able to elect candidates in the primaries that then
Bless their hearts is right.
can win in a general, especially in a place like Michigan. We
Yeah,
already getting
MKR04. We want Abdul to win.
in Michigan's 7th district with William Lawrence. We got a statement that was already ready to
Because he has been doing the work in Michigan, and I think he's earned his spot versus Stevens, who is a one-time senator who literally did bullshit. She did. I mean, you tell me one thing the fucking Democrats did while Trump has been in office. He put glasses on kids' faces. You know what I mean? Socialist, blah 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 blah. Yeah. He just did his job, and then now he wants a promotion to get a more important job. She did nothing, and she wants more because she's entitled to it. Fuck off. You're not entitled to shit.
It would be. We don't know how this is going to turn out. This is still a live ball.
All right, guys.
Incredibly
So
dynamic.
I'm gonna go enjoy some greenery. I'm gonna put on. Maybe I'll see what the wife wants to do. Maybe she'll sit out and watch the moon with me. Maybe we'll watch a movie. Maybe I'll play Yasmin on Street Fighter 6 for about an hour and a half until I get pissed off and I lose all my points. Maybe. Uh-oh. Yes, he wants to do more. Correct. And I'm ready for it. I think we're all ready for it. I think we're all ready for the fucking Trump MAGA nightmare to be fucking over. We want to not just go back to the way things used to be, go back to, you know, the old way and just take nothing and be happy about it, you know? Like, that's kind of what we have been raised to take. That's what we've been raised to receive. And to be quite honest, that's not acceptable. And it is nice for once in my fucking life, even though AJ, the pessimist, wanted to scream at me earlier. It is nice to see people who are not 900. Like, I love Bernie to death, but Bernie is 80-something years old. Bernie should not be the only person standing up for us. And it took a few years, but they're here now. You know what I mean? The fucking the Rohirrim has come over the hill with Gandalf, with the white horse, holding up the stick and the light and the peaks. Like, I'm not saying there's one shining white knight. Like, if there is a white knight, it would be Bernie, right? But he's our hero because he encouraged and empowered others to stand up for themselves and to stand up for the people that are around them. And that's the fucking point. Heroes and leaders are not only, you know, solo Spartan juggernauts that just vanquish every foe that comes in front of them, but they uplift and they put a battery in the back of the people who might need it. Like, I mean, Abdul could have ran, you know, 4 years ago or 6 years ago or whatever. He could have ran. Ooh, it's 35K now. Let's go, baby. He could have ran and not had a plan and not had any background and not had any, but he just did his work first. He did what the people asked him to do in the first place. And then he asked for a promotion. That's what I like. So don't give up motherfucking hope. We ain't goddamn done yet. You hear me? All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? I'll see you in the morning. And in the meantime,
I'm not salty grapes.
I did this. Why can't you?